What is the Poor People's Campaign? If you're curious about a significant movement in American history that aimed to address poverty and economic inequality, you're in the right place. Let's explore the details of the Poor People's Campaign. The Poor People's Campaign was a major effort launched in 1960 to fight for economic justice for all poor people in the United States, regardless of their race, gender, or background. This campaign was organized by Martin Luther King Jr. and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, or SCLC. The idea behind the campaign was simple yet powerful, to ensure that all people had the basic necessities to live a decent life. King and the SCLC realized that despite gains in civil rights, many African Americans and other poor Americans were still struggling with poverty. The campaign was announced in December 1967 by Martin Luther King Jr. at an SCLC retreat. King envisioned a multiracial movement that would bring together poor people from all over the country to demand change. After King's assassination in April 1968, Ralph Abernathy took over the leadership of the campaign. One of the key actions of the campaign was setting up a protest camp on the Washington Mall, known as Resurrection City. For 6 weeks in the spring of 1968, about 3,000 people lived in this camp to draw attention to their plight and to present their demands to the government. The campaign's demands were clear and ambitious. They asked for a $30 billion anti-poverty package, which included full employment, a guaranteed annual income, and the construction of 500,000 affordable homes each year. They also demanded better health care, educational opportunities, and a livable minimum wage. The campaign involved meetings with various government agencies. For example, they met with the Department of Justice to demand an end to police brutality against Mexican Americans and Indigenous Americans. At the Department of Labor, they pushed for jobs, living wages, job training, and an end to discrimination. The Department of Agriculture was criticized for neglecting the needs of the hungry and malnourished, and the campaign called for food stamps, school lunches, and other food distribution programs. The Poor People's Campaign was a nonviolent movement, committed to the philosophy of nonviolence that King had always advocated. Despite facing many challenges, including media criticism and internal conflicts, the campaign managed to bring significant attention to the issues of poverty and economic inequality. In the end, while not all of the campaign's demands were met, it did lead to some important legislative changes and extensions of existing federal programs. The campaign marked a significant phase in the civil rights movement, highlighting the need for economic justice and dignity for all Americans.